Here we go.
Now back to Pam and Gary
Live in the studio
on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
All right, 20 minutes after 8 o'clock, and as I mentioned earlier this morning, we have a special guest coming on the phone, data security analyst Ashley Cook. Medjacking. It's a topic we don't know enough about, I think, and we're going to find out about that. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning. How are you?
Pretty good. So, medjacking, I've heard of it, but why is that important to the average consumer in America? Taking data from hospitals that could end up hurting us?
Yeah, I think we're seeing a significant rise in breaches of this nature just across the board in every sector, right? And so I think it's extremely critical that the health industry increase their security procedures and protocols because, as you said, we've got our names, our social security numbers, our medical history. There's so much private information that a hospital has that when they do not have the best security standards, then they're opening everybody up to a loss of their personal information through hackers.
Are there any laws on the book? Like, I know there's HIPAA laws to protect our privacy, but that doesn't necessarily help them with their cybersecurity, does it?
Well, actually it does. And so, just like you said, HIPAA, the FTC will be the one to enforce and prosecute breaches. And so, in my industry, in the mortgage servicing industry, our company, ZOCCAM, we have to be very aware of security protocols because the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau in the financial services industry regulates as well as the FTC. And so there's actually some criminal liability for that. And so if there is a breach, then a company or a hospital is obligated to send out the proper notices, and that can be detrimental to one's business. So I just think that the health industry is going to have to invest significant dollars in updating their security, making sure that they've got their firewalls, making sure that they're updating software, making sure that they're educating their employees as to what sites they can and cannot visit at the workplace.
I guess, Ashley, I got to ask you this. This is several years now we've heard about security, and secure the huge Target mess we had not too long ago. Isn't America's businesses and the medical community, aren't they responding? Aren't we tightening up, or are there just a lot of loopholes?
I think there's a lot of people that are sticking their heads in the sand. It is a very costly investment, and so I think it's one of those things that people they really need to implement, and then they have to follow. And so, clean desk policy. How are you monitoring employees who have their own devices and have access to company information? And your IT infrastructure. It's a significant investment, but it's got to be done.
And I guess on a personal note, is my McAfee good enough for me at home, or do I need to do something else?
Yeah, no, your McAfee is fine. The reality is that the cyber criminals take advantage of our own gullibility. So I don't know if you've ever gotten one of those emails that says, "Hey, your account's been compromised. Log in here to verify your personal information."
Yes.
Look up in the you're right. So that is where the malware is coming into the networks, right? A lot of it is just our own errors.
And especially at the workplace, you get an email from someone that you think is a business acquaintance, and it's actually their email has been compromised, and you click on it, and you're in trouble.
Exactly. And so those are the kind of things. Well, I think it's a two-part measure. I think number one, invest the money in the technology. Make sure that your IT infrastructure is secure. But number two, invest your money in educating your employees.
Got it.
I think that would help solve the problem.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Ashley Cook, data security analyst. We appreciate you being with us this morning. I appreciate the insights.
Well, thank you very much.
Have a good day.
You guys have a great day.